for having me.
And you're from Nashville. Oh, wait, this is actually a radio interview, so I'm going to record this. Yeah. I should start this. All right. We're going to air this interview at a future date on a Sunday afternoon, but for right now we're Facebook Live. Hello, Stella Prince.
Hi, Michael. Thank you so much for having me today.
My pleasure. Now, the first thing that pops out about you is that I went to your website, beautiful website.
Oh, thank you.
And you own the moniker folk musician. Most artists are, that's like it doesn't help with publicity when you call yourself a folk artist.
Yeah.
What is it about folk music that attracts you?
Well, I grew up in Woodstock, New York, so folk music was everywhere. So from an early age, I got to see Levon Helm in concert, and Pete Seeger, and Peter Yarrow, and all the classic folk singers. So it was always a part of me. And then later, as I kind of grew up, I loved pop music a lot, 70s pop, and also contemporary pop. And so I wanted to kind of merge the two together in a way, folk and pop. And that's kind of how I came up with Gen Z folk, which is really what I call my sound. It's like new folk for my age group.
What's the reaction do you get? Do most of the people in your age group know what folk music is?
They do, and they love folk music. It's been the craziest thing in the world to see the rise of folk music among my age group. And, albums like the Taylor Swift Folklore is huge, specifically in vinyl sales, which is crazy. It was like the biggest selling vinyl album the past decade.
I got to interrupt you because I haven't heard the Taylor Swift album.
Yeah.
Is it a folk album?
It really is. It really is. Like the songs are super it's really storytelling.
Should
That's
I start
what
playing her music on my folk and acoustic music show?
There's a few songs from that Folklore album I think you might like.
No, it's funny because I champion people like you.
Yeah.
Well, you grew up in Woodstock.
I did.
Around folk music.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 19.
Okay.
I'm 19.
When did you move to Nashville and why?
Yeah, I moved a little over a year ago, in winter, January of 2023.
So when was the first time you were paid as a musician?
Oh, gosh, that's a good question. I don't think I've thought about that. Probably when I started gigging at restaurants and bars. I really started with open mic nights when I was 14. Playing my original music.
You're getting into bars illegally, obviously.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I know my parents had to come. They still come with me, I mean.
Your parents have, you convinced your parents to move to Nashville.
I did.
And now you're in Miami, and your parents are your groupies? What were
they are my groupies.
Are they your managers as well?
No. I'm very quick to say no, only because I really do everything myself in terms of the booking and of the planning. Everything I've gotten up to this point, every radio interview, every performance, I have booked myself. And only completely myself. So
I found out about you through Art Meanius.
Yeah, yep.
And Art is one of the handful of folk promoters.
Yeah. He's been wonderful. So about 2 years ago, I released my first EP called 18. I was 17, turning 18, and I really just wanted to release my full project. And so Art sent it out to all the folk stations, and that was kind of my first foray into radio ever. And so he's just been a wonderful asset to my career.
And now you're on a tour. Is this your first tour?
No, my gosh, no. I started touring when I was 16. So I've done many tours.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, we'll find out more about that, Stella. Let's have another song, okay?
Okay, this is one of my favorite songs off the EP. It's called Two-Faced.
And why is it your favorite song?
It's my favorite song because of the hook. The hook is loneliness is two-faced. And I just feel like that's kind of a unique hook. So here we go.
Stella Prince.
Ooh, you got her right where you wanted. Lonely enough so she'd take the bait. Blinded by words that were only an empty promise. Desperation paves way for mistakes. Loneliness is two-faced. Ooh, you got her searching for some way to escape. The silent, mournful wind was trying to warn her, whispering, get out before it's too late. Well, there's all kinds of empty, but the hardest one to take is lies that seem tempting. Loneliness is to face. Ooh. Well, some paths lead to the horizon before one-way streets become dead ends. You'll know your escape routes when you find them. It's never too late to start again. Well, there's all kinds of empty, but the hardest one to take is lies that seem tempting. Loneliness is to face. Ooh. Loneliness is to face.
Stella Prince, live in the WLRN studio.